thank you again for your upcoming participation in creating a mindset for well-being. As Kyle mentioned, I am Tiffany Berger. I am the creator of Breathwork 614. I am a breath worker and a well-being life coach. It's my passion to instill hope and well-being in the lives of those who experience overwhelm, burnout, anxiety, depression, and grief. And I guide clients to transformation with a somatic therapy modality called breathwork. Breathwork is a holistic approach to mental health and to well-being. If you've attended one of my previous sessions before, or if you attended Kyle's session last week, you learned that our breath is a reflection of the emotions we experience. Research, specifically from the National Institute of Health, houses evidence that shows that our breath is linked to our emotions and has proven that when we experience destructive emotions like overwhelm, fear, or anger, our breath becomes shallow, it becomes fast, and in some cases, it's non-existent. We're holding our breath. When we experience creative emotions, however, ones that reflect our experience of well-being, this might look like joy, peace, and ease. Our breath is full, it's deep, and it's rhythmic. And this is because our breath is connected to our autonomic nervous system. So, knowing that our emotions are a direct link to our breath, we must give consideration to what causes us to experience emotions. Does anybody have any predictions or thoughts as to what causes us to experience our emotions? Once again, pop your answer in that chat. So, what causes us to experience emotions? Why do we feel? Not seeing any answers yet. It is our thoughts. Our thoughts create a sequence of events that create the emotions we experience. Today, you're going to learn and experience how your breath can transform destructive belief systems and thoughts, encouraging mental health. I invite you to take a moment and reflect upon this quote from Sam Skelly. Sam Skelly is the owner of Pause Breathwork in California. So when we connect with our breath, it invites pause into our life experience. Breath provides us the opportunity to detach from destructive thoughts and emotions and choose the thoughts that we desire to interact with, which then creates our reality. So managing stress and caring for your well-being can be done through the use of breath work. And when you give attention and intention to your breath, you can limit your participation in your stress response, encouraging your heart to beat slower, encouraging your blood pressure to decrease. All of this can guide you in navigating stress and experiencing more peace and ease in your reality. Our breath can get us out of our sympathetic, or as Kyle said last week, our go portion of our nervous system and into our parasympathetic. It's the rest and the renewal portion of our nervous system. When we feed our mind thoughts such as no moment is ever stagnant, for I can breathe through the moment, we can form thoughts that remind us to connect with our breath, allowing for us to experience more ease and flow through challenging moments. So on the slide, you will see a framework that I created. We are all impressionable human beings, and we often agree with the beliefs of those closest to us. So this might look like agreeing with our caregivers' beliefs, or our family, our friends, and even our teachers. Sometimes we are consciously aware that we agree with their beliefs, and sometimes we're not. When we create a practice of building awareness of our thoughts and our belief systems, we can transform these thoughts and also get into the root of where these thoughts stem, the belief system. And when we incorporate our intentional breath, we get into our body to change and to heal the body's belief system. So mindset work is great about 20% of the time, but it's not just your mind that lived through an experience, a situation, a trigger. Your body was there too. Your body experienced impact through the emotions you felt. And this system impact can be characterized by the heart rate that you were experiencing at the time, or your blood pressure, even your change in breathing that you experienced. So now looking at my framework, this is considered, as I said, the system impact. So your physical being experienced an emotion, a hormone, a chemical release, and your breath changed because all of it. We are this whole being system. So all of this adds up to experiencing your reality, what that experience was like for you and you alone. So meet my sweet Kastner. This is Kastner. He's one of my 3 boys. And I thought this video would be perfect and really tie into mental health here today because I captured this video as Kastner was at his doctor's office. He was there for a well visit, getting ready to receive immunizations. And having had prior immunizations, Kastner entered this visit with the belief system, the doctor is scary. So that led to thoughts such as anything that happens at the doctor's office is going to hurt, and these shots are going to be painful. So his emotions he experienced because of this belief system and these thoughts was fear. He felt worried. He was scared. He was nervous. He was definitely anxious. His breath was non-existent. He was holding his breath. He was unconscious, not thinking of his breath. His reality, it created an experience of overwhelm. He felt like he had no control leading up to his immunizations. However, once Kastner built awareness of his emotions and his thoughts, he was able to connect with his breath to create the experience he desired. So even at the early age of 4, when this was captured, Kastner knew that he could use his breath to breathe through challenging moments. So in a second, I'm going to play the video. You're going to see Kastner using dino breath. He coined this on his own. He had already had a foundation of breath work through conscious breathing. But in this video, he created dino breath just moments before he received his immunizations. I'm going to go ahead and play that now.
Go ahead, Kastner. What do you want to do?
I want to dinosaur breath.
Dinosaur breath? Okay, how does it work? Show me. Don't you want to roar louder? Okay. Oh, do it again. Inhale through your... So do we inhale through the nose or inhale through the mouth? Which way?
Mom.
Inhale through the nose or mouth, Kastner?
Mouth.
Okay, show me. Inhale through the mouth, exhale through the mouth.
Okay. So I love this video so much because it not only captures my sweet Kastner, but it also shows that Kastner is aware that he's feeling nervous and that he can do something about it. He's empowered. It also shows Kastner that can use the tool of breath work to experience self-regulation and create the experience he desires. Now, mentally, I was there to transform any destructive thoughts he had by participating in the reminding of I can breathe when scared. So children such as 4-year-olds, they're going to need a simple thought pattern that's going to support them. So I was saying I can breathe when scared. And that seemed to help him. Kastner did calm his nervous system and he transformed his experience of stress, which allowed for him to receive his shots without tears. Had he had cried, that would have been fine too, but I just want to reflect to you how powerful our breath can be. Okay. So now I want to show you a destructive belief system and a creative belief system. And this is a common destructive belief system that many of us participate in. Some of us are probably aware of this destructive belief system, while others may not be so aware. I know before I became a breath worker and a well-being life coach, I did not realize that this belief system was prominent in my life. So the belief here is there's not enough. Our brain will corroborate examples to whatever belief we have, and this becomes the creation of thought. So a belief system of there's not enough often creates thoughts such as, I never have time to get things done. Maybe there's never enough money. I don't have enough food. I don't have enough clothes. Similar types of thoughts in relation to those examples that you can see there. Now, this type of belief system that creates this type of destructive thought then leads to a system impact. Remember, this is the hormones, the chemicals, the emotions, and the change in breath that you experience in your body, which is tied to our thoughts. So this system impact could look like overwhelm, worry, or even fear. Scared, there's scarcity here. This changes the breath to a fast pattern. It might even be shallow or non-existent, like I had mentioned at the beginning of our time together today. All of this adds up to our reality. This experience aligns with the belief, the thoughts, and the system impact. This reality might look like you have incomplete tasks. There's never enough time to get things done. I'm bouncing and jumping from one thing to the other. It might look like you feel rushed because there's not enough time, right? You're rushing through tasks. You might even feel unsupported. I got to do it all by myself. If I want to do it right, it's got to be me, which does not create an experience of well-being, of ease or peace. Now, to look for a positive, excuse me, I'm trying to use my left hand here today, which is not working so well. Now, to look for a positive or a creative example that supports your experience of well-being, we're going to call this a creative mindset, okay? So the belief system here is there's enough. So it's opposite. We're using positive psychology, opposite of there not being enough, now there's enough. And our brain, once again, corroborates examples to whatever belief we first have, especially in the morning. So a thought that would stem from there's enough could be time supports me. I can easily share with others. There's enough money, there's enough food, maybe an attitude of abundance. And this type of system impact, you would experience maybe security, be a little more playful, optimistic, hopeful, even about your future. The breathing that mirrors this belief system would be slower, fuller, and deeper. Now, the reality that one would experience with this belief system, it might look like experiencing fulfilling relationships. There's enough you can share with others, right? Like others are sharing with you. You might experience more joy and ease. Okay. Before I move on to the next slide, are there any questions or anything I can clarify right here, right now? Thank you. So to keep moving along, following creative mindsets that lead to well-being can really be a powerful tool to shift our negative thoughts and create the reality that we wish to experience. Creative mindsets can increase self-esteem and add more trust and ease in one's life. Creative mindsets are statements that are repeated regularly or even written regularly to affirm a desired outcome. And it can be beneficial to read them from your visual environment, posting them around your office space, at home, even in your car, and then writing them down to really transform destructive belief systems. You can see the benefits are posted on the slides. Creative mindsets work to reduce stress and anxiety. They decrease burnout. They can motivate an action. They do encourage perseverance. Creative mindsets improve mental and emotional well-being, and they create trust and ease in life. Creative mindsets can lead to mental health and experiencing a happy and healthier life. So as you breathe today, you're going to hear me state some of the creative mindsets that are displayed on my flyer. These mindsets will promote slow, deep, rhythmic breathing as opposed to taking your breath away. So now we're going to go ahead and transition. So at this time, if you have your camera off and you'd like to turn your camera on so I can ensure that you're bringing the breath to the proper places in your body, go ahead and do so now. I also want to encourage you to find a comfortable space in your environment. So if your computer chair is great for you, stay there. If you have a different comfortable chair close by or a couch or even want to lay on your floor, feel free to do so now. Okay. And as you do so, good, thank you for those turning your camera on. Thank you. I invite you to sit up tall. So we want to sit with what I call our best breath posture. So this looks like our head, neck, and shoulders in alignment with our hips. You're laying down, you're laying with a flat back. Go ahead and find your hand. Place it just above your belly button or where your diaphragm is, if you know where that's located. And then take another hand and place it on your chest. As you inhale, I invite you to fill your belly with breath. So inhale as your belly expands. Exhale, feel your belly contracting and getting smaller. Right now, we're just going to bring our awareness to the belly. So every inhalation, you want to feel your belly contracting, getting bigger. Good. Imagine as if your belly is a balloon. And as you inhale, that balloon is getting bigger, it's expanding. Good. Okay. So those that I can see, I can already tell that your belly's expanding because guess what? Your chest is starting to move and you're getting some expansion in your chest. So now I invite you, after you expand the belly, bring the breath up into your chest. So belly's going to expand. And I'm going to draw the breath up to my chest. Good. Inhaling again. You might notice that the volume of your breath is turned a little bit louder. It's turned up. That's a good sign. We want to hear our breath. Good. So the hand that's on your belly, underneath that, you should feel your belly pressing against it on the inhale. And the hand that's underneath your chest as you inhale, you want to feel your chest moving or expanding underneath that. So right now we're focused on the inhale, getting full expansion from belly to chest. Fantastic. Good. And for right now, we're going to stick with nasal breath. So I see a few of you breathing in and out of your nose. It's actually best to breathe through our nostrils. We have 2 layers of added defense for our immunity when we breathe through our nose. And then also, if we do breathe through our mouth constantly, it can change your dental structures over time. So stick to inhaling through your nose and exhaling through your nose for right now. And if your hands are still on your chest and stomach, go ahead and switch them so you can feel the breath moving through you underneath the opposite hand. If it supports you in closing your eyes, I encourage you to do so. That way you can focus on your breath. Conscious means attention and intention. You are giving attention to your breath in a very intentional way. And know that as we go throughout the remainder of this session, if there's anything that you're doing that feels uncomfortable, please listen to your body versus my cues. Breathwork is a self-consent practice, so you want to honor your body and the signals it's sending you as you go throughout our time together today. So now that we've focused on the inhale, let's bring some awareness to the exhale. As you inhale, belly expands, chest expands. When you go to exhale, draw your chest down or envision your chest lowering as you begin to exhale and then release the stomach. You can almost think of your inhale and exhale as a 4-part breath. The first part is the belly expands. The second part is the chest expands. That's your inhale. The third part, you're releasing or exhaling, dropping the chest. The fourth part, the stomach is completely releasing. Good. And so I can see movement and others' torsos. Your whole torso is moving right now as you inhale and exhale. And go ahead and give your mind permission to be right here, right now. There's nowhere else you need to be, but here, prioritizing your well-being, getting connected with your breath. Good. We're going to add one more layer, and as we do, you'll hear me turn on the music. The next layer would be to pick up the pace just a little bit. Inhaling to exhaling. Inhaling to exhaling. A lot of times we'll inhale, we'll hold our breath, and then we exhale, we hold our breath, and we forget to inhale. So see if you can make a circle. We call this conscious connected breathing, similar to my slide. And I'm going to go ahead and turn the music on to support you in further connecting with your breath. So as you inhale, belly expands, chest expands. Exhale, chest is going to fall, stomach's going to fall. Good. Allowing your body to guide you, whether you're conscious breathing, maybe you're not breathing as quickly, that's fine. Or if you're conscious connected breathing, eliminating any pauses, that's fine too. Always honoring your body. Now, as I promised, you're going to hear me state some of those creative mindsets to support you in experiencing mental health. You want to go ahead and place your hands down alongside of you now and adopt a posture of ease. Go ahead and do that. Time supports me. No moment is ever stagnant. I can breathe through this experience. Good. On your next inhale, see if you can breathe a little bit deeper into your chest. You look great, Martha. Good job. Closing your eyes is a great option. Nice, Michelle. Good, Janelle. You look awesome. You're finding your stomach tight. Invite it to soften or release so that on your next inhale, you can get a full expansion in your belly. And as you exhale, you can let it soften. You can let go, essentially. Time is always on my side. My thoughts and emotions are temporary. I can use my breath to experience and navigate my emotions. I create thoughts that support my well-being. Good. Now if you observe anywhere in your body being activated or holding on to anything, as you take your next exhale, allow that part of your body just to relinquish control, just to let go. You might be able to roll your shoulders back, dropping them down your back a little bit further. You might even encourage your tongue to lower to the base of your mouth there. Encourage your eyelids to soften. Get reacquainted with your breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Right back to your inhale. Now I want to make you aware of some sensations you might possibly experience. Tingles are very common when you engage with breath work. Tingles are your body's way of saying thank you for this oxygen. They typically happen in our fingers, our toes, and our hands and feet. Sometimes clients will say tingles feel like vibrations. So vibrations are very common as well. You might feel lightheaded and dizzy, especially when you come back and open your eyes. That's normal because we just onboarded the body with a lot of oxygen. Oxygen is energy. You're bringing energy into your being. You might even notice that your stomach begins to grumble or rumble. Breathwork breathing, releasing 70% of toxins when you breathe. And we're also using that diaphragm. It's working to speed up your metabolism. you interact with your breath this way, you're in the parasympathetic portion of your nervous system. This portion is in charge for our rest and our digest. Like I said, we're speeding up that digestion. Know that it's safe to stay. It's safe to be connected with your breath. Time supports me. No moment is ever stagnant. I can breathe through this experience. Time is always on my side. My thoughts and my emotions are temporary. I can use my breath to experience and navigate my emotions. I create thoughts that support my well-being. If at any time throughout this session you observed your mind creating additional thoughts, know that that's normal. Breathwork is a mindfulness practice, but mindfulness doesn't mean just us escaping our thoughts. It's us observing our thoughts and choosing the thoughts we wish to interact with. I invite you now to bring your awareness back here to the present moment. Observe your feet on the floor, wherever they rest. Go ahead and pick up your hands and place them on your lap and observe the heat or the warmth or just the feeling you get from your hands on your lap. Go ahead and invite some gentle movement into those fingers by wiggling them, into your toes by wiggling them. And then grow that movement larger to wrist rolls and ankle rolls. And then from there, listen and respond to your body. Continue moving, bringing in larger movements, stretching in a way that feels nice to you. It might feel nice to take your hands above your head, stretching them out. Give your body what it needs right now. And know that you can connect with your breath like this at any given point throughout the day. If something is requiring more effort than you desire it, connect with your breath. If you have a destructive thought, connect with your breath. You're going to hear me stop the music. So I also want you to hear this. If any of those thought patterns, I'm going to actually go back. I know we're getting close to time here. But if any of the thought patterns that I read to you today, you felt like, well, that's not true, or that's providing some resistance, then know that you can adjust the thought patterns so that they do connect or resonate with you. Adding the word willing can be very beneficial. I'm willing to see time supports me. I'm willing to believe that my thoughts and emotions are temporary. So willing can feel very nice. So opening your eyes, if you haven't already, coming back to the screen. I just want to thank you for your participation today. Conscious breathing can assist you in breathing through challenging moments. Your conscious breath invites pause into your mind, allowing you to shift destructive belief systems and thoughts. And when conscious breathing, you're caring for your nervous system. You're experiencing a regulated heart rate and a blood pressure decrease, as well as a metabolism increase. So that's really good for our body. Conscious breathing can support you in experiencing your mental health and well-being. So thank you for your participation. If any of this content or this experience resonated with you, be sure to follow me on all social media platforms. You would look up breathworks 614. It's all one word. And I'm currently enrolling for a 6-week transformation program right now, all done virtually on Sundays from 1 to 3 in the afternoons. You'll receive recordings, but it's my signature program to really support you in learning tools and experiencing breath work, as well as well-being. You can scan the QR code if you'd like to learn more. So I hope to connect with you guys again soon and see you over summer. If you have any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat.